Hey, what's up? So I thought I'd try a new perspective, just jumped in my backseat because why not? So here I am. But there's this whole idea about rock bottom, that it's the lowest point you can go. It's usually thought of as like a singular moment or time. In my life recently, it's been more of a period of time. It's felt like the past 4 years for me that I've been living in this continual state of rock bottom where the stuff that I used to know, stuff that I used to feel, all that stuff is a bit inaccessible. There's a lot of stuff that I know in my heart of hearts, gut instinct, all that stuff is just not accessible for me because of the fact that I need to be in this space where I'm not enjoying I'm going through it so that I'm able to push and grow and learn and all that stuff. So in a sense, I've been feeling or in this spot where I've been flatlining for like 4 years now, and it's become normal. But also I've had moments where I felt stuff, like especially when it comes to like love or when it comes to the stuff I'm aspiring towards, and it's been a dime a dozen. Like it's really not been very common. It's very alarming when something makes you feel something in a good way. It's made known. So I don't know if anyone else can relate to the point where obviously everyone talks about, oh, I was numb after this and learn stuff like that, but about valuing the time and seeing it as almost more valuable than the time when you are happy, when you're like doing good, and using it as like a trampoline in order to get yourself up to places that wouldn't be possible if you didn't have that time. This may sound a little crazy and it may not make sense, but I've just seen this time where it's been comprised of me feeling uncomfortable, feeling numb, feeling all these things that you kind of try to avoid, I feel like, in life. When you're bored, it's like that, but like another thing is what I've been feeling, to the point where it's like doing things that other people like really enjoy, I feel just lackluster. It just doesn't do it. That's what any of the stuff that I'm doing now, making videos, doing anything, comes as a result of, is the lackluster feeling. And it's kind of pushed me to do stuff that I wouldn't naturally in order to make up for it. And that's what hitting this rock bottom, living there has been a constant cycle of doing new things and trying new stuff to try and do it. It's like you have a giant thing of keys or whatever, and you're trying to get in the store and you keep going through and using keys and they just keep not working. That's what it's felt like, what life has felt like. And so I can't really say that there's been like a whole bunch of ups and downs. And I feel like it's really been this. And the line used to be a lot lower. It's a lot higher now. It was lower when I had a whole bunch of anxiety, a whole bunch of straight up depression and stuff like that, where it was negative emotions. And over time, faith, peace, going after the stuff that I actually believed in, following my gut, it allowed me to kind of just not necessarily feel anything, but getting to a point where I wasn't feeling negative. Now I'm at a place where I can kind of get by, and I may not be feeling great, but I'm at least not feeling terrible. And so I'm able to keep going through this life, keep going through this stuff without it kind of dragging me down and making it impossible. And it's still not a place where you'd want to stay. Like, I don't want to be in this spot long term. Like, I want to like feel stuff and feel emotion, but for my situation, it's been a necessity in order to get to the spot where I'm doing things like the things I'm doing, because I just don't get there if I'm not feeling this way. Like, if I'm not feeling good, if I'm happy, if I'm content, if I'm all this stuff, then I'm not going to be at the places where I would to think of this stuff. So that's why I compare it to like boredom and stuff, because when you're bored, you get creative, think of all this stuff. I feel like having this numbness, having this lack of feeling and all this stuff pushed me so hard to start doing this stuff that I'm activating a spot that is incomparable to anything I'm doing before, and yet it feels natural because of the fact of how unnatural life has felt for half a decade now. And so to anyone out there who's going through times, is going through this stuff, I just want to encourage the fact that the value in it is a lot more than you would think, and try to take advantage of it and be present within that feeling, because that feeling allows you to go be a better version of yourself. And it's all just about kind of just going through and dealing with the pain. It's like eating the veggies that you don't want to eat because they're healthy, and then getting the stuff that you actually want. That's what life gives you when it gives you these tough times. So that's why the value of the tough times is not even necessarily in what it produces, it's in who you become as a part of the tough process. And I've been lucky to be just in this situation where I've been in the process for enough time now where I've drastically changed who I am, what I do. So I think it's very important to let whatever it is that's happening in your life, let it kind of take you and go with it. Because when you try to fight it, when you try to go against it, it makes it worse, it makes it longer. It ultimately makes you feel worse about it because you're not able to kind of fully embody whatever it's trying to get you to do. Versus if you kind of just let it happen, sure, it sucks. It's not fun. It's not what you want, but over time, it allows you to get to a spot where when whatever's in the future is going to happen, you're a lot more prepared and you're able to do a lot more than you ever could imagine. But you just kind of got to get prepped. Like, you got to go through all this stuff in order to be prepared to be in that situation to do it. And that's what's nice about going with the flow, letting these times kind of take you in, is that even if it involves taking a tougher route, even if it involves being lonely, even if it involves being in situations that you want to go through, going through pain, all this stuff, you're able to see that, hey, that's may not be fun, but it's what I need. It's what I need to get to this. It's what I need to get here. And you're not going to really know what the here is or the that is that's ahead of you until you go through it. But there's a certain level of peace when you let it take you and over time see it in action, because life doesn't throw like major major events or numb or depressed, all this stuff just cause. Like, it's not just sprinkling out just for funsies. Like, there's always a certain value to it. It may not be visible in the present, but it's visible as you go through it and experience it. That's why this whole idea of going through stuff and let it happen is so important. Pain, numbness, all this, it's the right thing to happen. It's not the thing that you want, but it's the thing that you need. So you might as well just see where it takes you. Hopefully this helped any of you guys. Check out any of these videos and have a nice day.